What's up, world? Thank you so much for tuning in to Kicking It with Lyrick Official. Make sure you like, comment, and also subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload new content. Listen, I love to hear from my viewers. If you have any content ideas or anybody that you feel like I should be interviewing, make sure you email me at kickingitwithlyrickofficial@gmail.com. Again, it's kickingitwithlyrickofficial@gmail.com. Listen, I love you all. And to all my evolutionary manifestors, make sure you continue working, continue evolving, and continue transforming to the person that you were designed to be. Ashe, 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 ashe.
It's okay to be a patron. Love it so much, it's worth the wait. Don't matter where you end up, I promise that this path you walk is the gate. I know that hunger makes you weaker, but listen to your heart, no wager. Don't matter what they think, it's all that you're made of. This ain't for the weak. Be patient with the outcome. Be patient with the outcome. Welcome to the garden where we all sit down to pray. We're told that we should dream, but nothing is in arm's reach. Keeping our belief, so nothing will be lonely. Welcome to the garden where we all sit down to pray. We're told that we should dream, but nothing is in arm's reach. Keeping our belief, so nothing will be lonely. Welcome to the garden. It's okay to be a patron. Love it so much, it's worth the wait. Don't matter where you end up, I promise that this path you walk is the gate. I know that hunger makes you weaker, but listen to your heart, no wager. Don't matter what they think, it's all that you're made of. This ain't for the weak. Be patient with the outcome. Be patient with the outcome. Welcome to the garden where we all sit down to pray. We're told that we should dream, but nothing is in arm's reach. Keeping our belief, so nothing will be lonely. Welcome to the garden where we all sit down to pray. We're told that we should dream, but nothing is in arm's reach. Keeping our belief, so nothing will be lonely. Welcome to the garden.
Warning. The alleged views expressed in this interview and or commentary are solely those of the individuals providing them and do not directly represent or reflect the opinions of the Kicking It with Lyrick Official show, its hosts, or affiliates. Content may contain strong language. Viewers' discretion is advised. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Kicking It with Lyrick official show. I am so excited. Look, it's always when I'm getting on screen, my computer want to act crazy, but we are here with an amazing show for you all. We are going to talk about the mother womb with my baby, Guruji Chastity. I don't even think y'all ready. She is so freaking powerful, and I am excited. And as y'all know, I have two amazing, beautiful co-hosts that I love dearly, and I would not do this without them. So without further ado,
Dos, tres, cuatro.
what's up, my beautiful goddesses?
Hi.
How are y'all doing this rising?
Good. I think Tasha's muted.
Tasha, you muted. Let me pull you up, baby. Can you talk now?
I have myself muted on my ear. Hello, everybody. Hello.
What, you ain't want to talk to us?
Right.
I do want to talk to y'all. I just got some self-talking to do first.
Oh, come on now. I feel you. You both look amazing. And Tasha, as you know, I love this beautiful red. Explain the new background and also this new look.
Well, every summer I go red. And so, I'm just like Ari Lennox. I just got a new apartment. And
Yes.
I had to come and do it a little different, a little something for y'all.
Switch it up on them.
My bun is bigger from last week.
Okay. Yes.
I love it. And Onyx, let's talk about these beautiful flowers in this hair going on here, baby. What's going on?
Oh, that's y'all know I love Millie, so I knew we were doing her song and all the rose petals and everything. I was like, why not?
You might as well you like, let me go ahead and represent for Millie Rose.
Yes.
Well, y'all look amazing, and I am so excited, y'all. I don't think people understand how excited I get to Saturday. I learned so much on these shows. People be thinking that I don't be learning much, and I be giving the knowledge to other people, baby. I be learning. All right. So we are at my favorite part of the show, baby. We gonna talk about what's in your glass. So today, y'all, look. Today I ain't got much. I got me a little juice in my cup. I'm trying to get myself together from yesterday. We went kayaking, and I'm trying to get my scrumph back. What do you got, Miss Tasha? What do you got in your cup?
Well, I've been up all night, y'all, but I got me some water in my thick filet cup. And also, you already know what's inside of here. Y'all already.
Your little fireball endorsement that we got to get you.
I ain't gonna even say it, but yeah. I need all the water I can get right now.
I feel you. And Onyx, what do you have in your glass?
So in my red solo cup, I have fresh squeezed pineapple juice, orange juice, and 3 shots of tequila.
Okay, so you had the whole recipe ready. You had to show people how to make the special. That's a special Onyx drink.
That is.
I hope y'all wrote down. The ingredients, because she just gave y'all the ingredients to
and tag
the special tag. Let's say hello to some of these people that are in our viewing audience. We have Antigone. What's up, baby? How are you today, guys? We have my baby Chansey. I love you so freaking much. Thank you for your support. We got our mother Jasmine Divine in the building. The beautiful Leslie. How are you, beautiful queen? And we have Anthony in the building too as well. Listen, y'all, we are about to have an amazing show. This is one that I'm actually really excited about because I love
I love Chastity from a completely different place. Y'all, I had a session with her, a Reiki session, because she does Reiki, and my life has not been the same since. My life has shifted majorly, and I can't wait for you all to hear the knowledge that this beautiful individual has, baby. She's amazing. So listen, I ain't even got no intro. I wanted to get right off into this. All right, so Chastity, you behind the scenes, you ready? I wanted to get right into this. Without further ado, you all, this is my baby, my future wife, Guruji Chastity.
Hey.
What's up, baby? How
Welcome.
are
No,
you?
I'm doing well. I'm excited. This is so exciting.
Well, we are so excited to have you. Like I've this has been a platform to where I'm able to, like I always say every show, look the people in their faces that have impacted my walk, and then open up a platform for them to be able to share the knowledge that you all bless me with the world. And I love you, Chastity. I love you so much.
Look,
So
they don't know, but they're gonna find out today.
they gonna find out. They gonna find exactly out. So for those who may not know who you are and your greatness, can you please introduce yourself and tell them what you do?
Okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. So I am Guruji Chastity, and I define myself as a spiritual success coach. And I help women heal their mother wound in terms of abandonment, body image issues, and people pleasing behavior. And I just use the modalities that I was taught, which is Reiki and yoga teacher therapy, and just I'm really good at communication. That's how I got my bus ticket in this body. And so that's where I do a lot of my healing.
Yes. Oh my, you better. Oh,
Yes.
just gave me chills, baby.
And they're multiplying.
Go ahead, beautiful Onyx.
Alrighty, so many of our guests that we've had have spoken about name changes, and they took place once they began discovering their true selves. How did your name come about?
Ooh, so that's a nice question. So the name or the title Guruji is actually Hindu, and it means spiritual teacher. And so I've had quite a few names, but they have never I feel like illuminated who I am becoming or who I was. And so for me right now, Guruji Chastity is an expression of wholeness that I'm attempting to go after. And so Guruji is my authentic self, my higher self, and Chastity is my ego self, my lower self. And then, you can get different parts. Some people know different parts. Some people only know Guruji. Some people only know Chastity. Yeah. But in my existence, I'm looking to always merge them and build that connection. And so that's where my name comes from.
Yeah, so basically it's that balance. Like you showing the balance. Look, I ain't dismissing who I used to be.
And also too, here's this really random thing, and I don't know how my parents stumbled upon it, but my name is actually spelled like chastity belt. And so it comes from like responsibility, self-discipline, and purity, just the chastity portion of my name.
Wow. So look, that was spoken into your life. Yes. Go ahead, Tasha Mae.
Yeah. So, what led you down the path of Reiki and meditation?
Cool. Okay. So I didn't always have this body. I just got this suit maybe like 3.5, 4 years ago. I used to weigh 235 pounds. And so my experience was just cut off. It was very, very different. And what happened was I just started to think differently. And so when I lost weight, it wasn't like gradual over time or like a weight loss type of thing. It was just like I stopped eating meat and I had access to different parts of myself and could think differently. Yeah. And I just kept reading about Reiki, and it really kept calling me. And then both Reiki and yoga ended up just being tools and paths to change my life. They were just a catalyst that I really didn't know I needed, but it was just where I was at in life. It was the exact tool that was going to take me further. And that's how I got into it. I mean, trauma, shit.
Yeah, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. And this is a question I want to add this one. Do you think that your walk, like you evolving and growing, it helped your weight loss?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And my spiritual journey is why ever since I've lost weight, I've never had the fear that I'm going to be that big or that size again.
Oh my God. Yes.
Ever. Like I can eat what I want, do what I want. I don't have to exercise if I don't want to, because
Yes.
it's all about how you feel. Like I realized through my spiritual journey that I wasn't ever big because like a food, my body or my spirit was trying to help me. I felt small in the world, so my body put on weight so I could feel bigger. But having a spiritual practice gives me a sense of self, and so I don't have to. My body doesn't have to try to protect me in those ways anymore.
Wow, that is deep, because that was one thing that I had like, I found that I would lose the weight in the beginning, but then I would gain it right back. And I started realizing that it was all this needed to heal. Like this needed to heal. Like I had to go here, and because I didn't want to shave off the branches anymore. I wanted to get to the root.
Ooh,
you know. I'm sorry, Tasha May. I went before you. I went.
I've been taking notes and writing it all out because I know that you and Onyx, y'all are on the no meat train, you know. So I'm writing everything down. So I'm trying to cross over. I'm trying to do it. So I'm taking notes and moving forward.
You can go ahead, baby.
Yes, we know that you recently relocated to Florida. So what prompted that shift for you to relocate? And what are some of your revelations and shifts that have taken place since you've made the decision to move?
Yeah. So I would say that the two like catalyzing factors that prompted my shift was being who I was saying that I was helping other people be, right? And so if I'm in the work and in the know of teaching women to believe in yourself when you're uncomfortable, either accept it or do something about it. You know, I was at that place in my life and I had to stop talking about it. I either had to be that or just like I'm being an imposter at this point. And so it was time for me to just kind of bet on myself. And so that's that first spark. And then the second spark was just realizing that I couldn't settle anymore. Being from Nashville, I was born and raised there. I've traveled, but I've never lived anywhere else. And so in finding purpose, right? That's what I've been chasing my whole life, purpose, trying to find my sense of self. And once I found that, it was like, okay, now that I know what I want to do, when I went after it in Nashville, there wasn't space. And so it was like, well, I applied because I wanted to do the old school, like you live at the top and then you work at the bottom type facility. And I applied for that space in Nashville, but they ended up making it a restaurant. And I was like, well, you know what? If I stay here, it's literally because I'm from here. I know how to do this. And that just doesn't seem like what I needed to be. And I just knew that it was my environment. If I just had a different environment, something would change, something would grow, something would be different. And since coming here, like that has been the case. But one of the greatest aha moments that I've had is that it does not matter where you pick up and take yourself. If you aren't right with yourself, you're taking the same bullshit everywhere you go. And so like real stuff, here I am in a new place, kind of like sometimes overwhelmed or upset that I'm going through the same lessons, but I'm thinking that like all I needed to do was just shake up my environment. And it was like, no, all you needed to do was shake up what was inside of you and work with that, right? It's not always external, it's mostly internal.
Like, and that's something my godmother used to tell me. She's like, you take you wherever you go. I don't care what space you move around in, your mindset, your thought process, your belief system is gonna go with you.
I'm telling you, if you're unhappy in Nashville, you're gonna be unhappy in Phoenix.
And so when you're in a spiritual practice, talk about putting your money where your mouth is. That is like when you're in your test, it's like, can you show up and integrate the things that you're learning?
So like, and did you feel like the more you put out, the more responsible you had to be to own up to that knowledge that you have on the inside of you?
And now, so like what's happening is that I don't get the opportunity to be like, oh, I didn't like that externally. Well, you said that first, sis. You did it. You see what I'm saying? So yes, absolutely.
So this is powerful because I've been going through a lot of different things, and I've done a little studying on the mother wound, and I know that they've talked a lot, with it being like a feminine energy, like a woman thing, but I was literally like sitting there like learning myself, like, oh my gosh, like, can you explain what led you down the path of even studying the mother wound to even want to know about it?
It's happening to me right now. I mean,
yes.
it's like I don't teach about it because I have all of the answers. I teach about it because I'm experiencing it. I think one of the most impactful, like, sentimental moments for me is sitting in like this dark place and realizing like, yo, my mom is not coming back to help me, let alone double back and help me resolve some of the things that she's did. And so I can only imagine what somebody else feels like position. And so that's where my work comes from, of like I had to figure out something, and I want to be able to help other people that are in that same space.
Yes, dope. So for those who are, here, they're new, to this, what is the mother wound? Can you explain that for them?
I wish I had my ideogram.
No.
I got a whole wall of just stuff pinned up. So I'm gonna show it like, okay, this is a triangle, right?
Okay.
So this right finger right here is your grandmother. Okay. Let's say our grandmother has the color or trauma of purple, right? Her color trauma is purple. Well, in her lifetime, she doesn't resolve this color trauma, right? And so she birthed my mother, right? And so now my mother has the color trauma of purple, which she got from her grandmother, and that created a new color trauma that's hers, which is green, right? And so now we got my grandmother's color, which started as purple. Now my mother has green and purple, which is hers. And now we come down here to me on this bottom ring. Now I have all three colors, including my own. Boom. This, you're looking at this triangle is a mother wound. And what happens is it's normally us down here at the bottom that has to do the work to resolve 1, 2, and 3.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, look, I'm already about to tear up. Hold on.
That's why I ain't got no lashes on today.
Me neither. I learned my lesson.
We learned our lesson last week.
Like, for real, since my camera want to freeze, I'm going to go ahead and stop cam real quick. But y'all can still hear me. So you've explained the mother wound. What are some signs that you have a mother wound that is not healed?
Oh, so I got 3. And I'm glad you asked me this. Hold on, let me pull up.
Because this is deep. Like, honestly, like, I start really, really going into this, and I was like, dang, like, I'm literally carrying around all this unhealed stuff from my mother, generations before me. And like you said, it's like that big ass weight. We got to be the ones that break all them curses, all them generational negative energies and negative things and reoccurring things. And I've been feeling the weight, Chastity, here lately. It's been rough. It's been rough.
And so 3 signs that you have a mother wound. I'm going to tell you the 3. And then if you want me to like elaborate, I can elaborate.
Okay, perfect.
So the first sign is codependency. Second sign is instant gratification. And then third sign is lack of connection between your mind and your body.
Oh, go ahead. Please break them down.
Break it down. Okay, so the first one, codependency. Codependency is literally the lack of self-worth. Right? The low self-esteem. And to remedy that, you use physical people to attach to yourself to make you feel better. And then you become codependent on that person. Right? And so when you lose that person or that external attachment, you don't have a sense of self. You're dependent on it. Right? Wow. That's like the first sign. Second sign is instant gratification. And there's a difference between self-satisfaction and instant gratification.
Got you.
Right? And so self-satisfaction is like, how to self-soothe. When things aren't when you're uncomfortable or you're experiencing discomfort, you know what to do and how to resolve it, right? That's satisfaction. Instant gratification is like, I don't know how to be still, and so I'm going to do things to distract myself. We do that through cheap vacations, smoking weed, binge watching TV, eating food, all kind of different shit, right? That's instant gratification. Then the third one is the disconnect between the mind and the body. And most times this shows up in people's life as their inability to cry. They bulldoze through how they feel. It's like, it's cool, I'll move on. You try to glaze over it. And it's like you're not tapping into your sense of pleasure or your sense to feel to help you navigate this experience.
Wow. And you've talked about something that was powerful. You said one way to tap into your emotions is make it audible.
Yes.
And that brings me to the next question. What are some steps that can be taken to heal, this mother wound, to go deep off into this, to shift your life?
I mean, honestly, the first one is acceptance, yo. We really can't do anything unless we accept that we exist on all vibrations, right? That's one of our challenges, right? Being able to accept that, like, I exist on a low vibrational platform, but I also exist high vibrationally. I exist in the middle, and I get the right to exist on all levels, right? Because we normally hold ourselves hostage. Like, we shouldn't have this particular emotion, or I shouldn't have, been in my feelings over here. I should have been over it, right? And that doesn't really give us space to grow. And so acceptance of just like, I'm allowed and entitled to feel how I feel. Feelings are illogical, right? That's the first thing, right? Because we try to make it logical, and then that's how you talk yourself out of how you feel instead of feeling it.
Yes. And I used to catch myself doing that. Like, and I think I was taught, I'm not gonna even lie, I was taught that through religion. Just, push it to the side, it's gonna be okay, everything's gonna be all right. Don't, it's kind of like this sweep it under the rug type mentality.
Or that sense of hand it over to God.
Bring God onto the altar and leave it there.
Leave it on the altar. No, baby, take it with you and deal with that shit.
That's literally, that is teaching you how to compartmentalize. When they say put it over there, it's like tuck it over here. Don't look at it until you trigger, and then now. So when you have an unhealed shadow, you're an open can of gasoline waiting for somebody to throw a match.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So shoot, you're gonna have me pulling up shadow work again. Look at her. So we've talked, and one thing that you are, you're very open about your journey. What are some of the things that you realized about yourself going through, this mother wound healing process?
Yo, when we talk about straightforward honesty, this is the one that I literally just learned, like turning 29, is that I'm so spiritually mature and adept because I'm so emotionally immature because of my own mother wound, because of not getting care and affection by having physically present parents, but they weren't emotionally available. Still, as an adult, I have emotional outbursts that, like, I'm still learning how to parent and love myself. That has been the hardest thing to come to grips with, yo, because when I didn't accept that, what it caused me to do was to show up inauthentically. Having people out here thinking that as Guruji Chastity, I'm well put together, or that things are always going well, or that I always have the answer. And that don't be the case.
And why do you think, and even that's dope, because especially as teachers and, stuff like that, why do you think we're so afraid sometimes to be so vulnerable? Like why? And it's like because I found for a moment I was taking those, kind of, I'm gonna be real, religious constructs or mindsets and tried to bring it into spirituality, and it didn't work for me, baby. It was like, baby, come on now, you're human, you have multiple sides to you. It's time for you to embrace them all, because I thought I was supposed to look a certain way, I was supposed to talk a certain way, baby. I was walking around saying old English words and shit I ain't know nothing about. Like, it was just, keeping it real. Like, I had this face. So why do you feel it's so hard for us to show all the sides of us?
Honestly, I think it's just a misconception, a lack
Yeah.
of clarity on a
Yes.
certain or holding a certain belief. And it's still hard to come to grips with for me. And it's this belief is
Yeah.
that if I believe that I am an infinite spirit, which means I don't subscribe to I'm this
Right.
body. I'm a suit and I'm a spirit inhabiting this suit. And
Right.
if you kill this suit, I don't die, which means I live forever, right?
Right.
And so if I hold that concept, or we all hold that truth, to hold that concept, we have to then believe I have nothing to protect, right? So therefore I should be able to go out into the world and experience people, experience life without needing to be on guard, without feeling like I can't be vulnerable. But I think it's this disconnect from source, this separation, this idea that we are finite and that we don't live forever, and we're trying to protect something instead of just experiencing life, yo.
Yes, yes.
Mm.
Ooh, Lord, 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 Lord. So this was another thing I looked at, because when I started this work with the mother wound, I started to also look at my father. This same work, it can be done with like your father issues as well, right?
Yes, because the idea is just not the core issue of the woman is not feeling seen and supported. And so it's just the idea, like when you're kids, in order to go out into the world, is just this concept of like, okay, I'm the parent and you're the kid. When you go out into the world, you want to experience, you want to look back and just see that there's an adult there saying like, hey, good job.
Oh
Go
my
ahead.
gosh.
That could be a man or a woman. Like it could be either parent, but it's just this sense of not getting supported and being seen and valued. And then you grow up and become like an overly sensitive adult, pretty much.
Oh my gosh. And you know what I dealt with here recently, like I went through, I thought I was fully healed from, wanting my mom on my side to accept me in my totality. And Chastity, when I tell you it hurts so bad to really, realize that you're not truly over that, man. You haven't really healed completely off of it, because my mom was my backbone. That was my heart, and majority of my life I lived it for her. Like, whatever she wanted me to do, how she wanted me to do it, and to the point where I almost lost myself, to the point I almost took my life. And I had to make a decision. I love you, goddess. I love you, queen, but I can't continuously live for you like that, because I'm literally killing myself. I'm killing myself. And yesterday I had a whole like emotional moment. I was just like, I'm still holding on to her acceptance. Like it's so hard. That was my baby, that's like
But see, that's the self-acceptance and the grace that you give to yourself. That is okay. That is your fucking mother. That is going to hurt. Like that's we have to give that to ourselves. Like, like that hurt my feelings. That's okay. Let me weep to myself and cry. Like mothering or parenting yourself. That's what that is.
And that's what it was crazy, because usually I'm like, man, look, I really try to like push it to the side, and not allow myself to feel. But I was just like, I'm gonna sit in this shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna allow myself to feel it, and I'm gonna face what's going on. I'm gonna cry this shit out. And Chastity, when I tell you I got up out of that situation, I felt so relieved that I faced it, that I looked into it, and like it blessed me. So to these men as well out here, I know, like I said, it's a lot of, it talks a lot about females and stuff like that. When I looked up the mother womb, like, what can you tell these men out here that need to do the same healing, that need to face some stuff themselves?
So I would say, so in my experience, I always feel very unqualified to tell a man how to navigate his emotions.
Got you.
Right? But what the piece of advice that I have always been able to offer men is to use an external modality like yoga, like stretching, so that you can feel deeper into your body. Because for men, they literally, they're because they are so, in Western culture, a man has to be a man, and they're normally like big and rigid. And so literally that man may have no physical space in his body to put his emotions. And so if he can stretch and feel more deeply and sensually into his body, he would probably have more access to his emotions. But that's like telling somebody to read Chinese that only read English. Like, damn.
You're right. You're so right. See, y'all, look, I got we gonna talk about it because Chastity came up with this different layouts of when you know that you need to heal that shadow. We gonna talk about that as well because I feel like this works together. Of course, all the work works together, honestly. So we gonna get off into that, but I first want to do a little small commercial break, and we will be right back. So we are back, baby, and here at the Lyrick Official, we love to talk about shadow work because we need some people to understand what shadow work is, and I'm gonna beat it into y'all head until you understand. All right. So let's talk about this shadow work training. When I tell you, I literally sat my family down and I played that video.
Sure.
Yes, and we watched it. We went through the steps, and Chastity.
That's crazy.
When I tell you that opened up another level for me, that opened up so much for me, and I needed to share it with my people. I had to. Can you go just go ahead and get off into it for me so my viewers can also experience this greatness?
Yes. So the shadow, very simply put, is the bridge between your authentic self and your ego self. And the shadow is created through cultural processing. And like we all have, we all go through different cultural processes, but a cultural process is just telling you what's good and bad. Yeah. So like your parents have a cultural process, your school, wherever you try to integrate yourself, there's something about, they tell you what's good and bad in Western culture. Yeah. They don't allow you the space to be both of those things and then integrate balance. You just get to highlight the good parts of yourself and express that. And so when you only get to highlight the good parts of yourself and express it, everything that's considered bad or dark is relegated to the shadow spot. But what they fail to teach you is that on the other side of the bad is even more powerful good. So your shadow not only houses the parts of yourself that you tuck away and don't want to see, but it houses like your most noble qualities, right? The most amazing characteristics about yourself.
Okay, baby. See now she got some things. She gonna break some things down. I want you to get into your training, baby. Go ahead and teach these folks.
Okay, so boom, we're gonna look at 3 signs that you have an unhealed shadow. Yes. And this one is, I think these are a little bit more exciting than the mother wound because it's like these hit you in the heart a little bit.
Oh, it do.
So the first sign of an unhealed shadow is being easily triggered. That one's a real doozy. That one I had you thinking like when you
that's me. I'll be ready to fight you.
No. So what being easily triggered is like I thought I was over it, but then next thing I know I'm in my feelings. That's how that shows up in your reality, right? But the reason why that's happening is because there's a disconnect between your mind and body. Think about this, yo. Think about every lesson that you done had in life. That's like a test.
Yeah.
And let's say you get to a choice and you got every single answer from every single test you took going around in your head. And you trying to be like, ooh, let me grab that one.
Right,
and then it's like, no, wait, this one might not work, right?
Exactly.
That's because you're living in your head. If you were living in your body and you could feel it, you would know, oh, yeah, this don't feel good. Let me go this way. Or this feel good. Let me follow that. Right?
Wow.
That's simply why you're easily triggered, because you can't feel into your body and you're trying to remember everything. Right? And so I will get pissed off if I keep being mentally triggered by like a thought that doesn't feel good, right? Because I can't walk away from it. I have to think about it first and then being invoked into like a situation versus if I intuitively went with how I felt, I probably could have avoided the situation altogether.
Baby, go look, you got me. If you can't see me right now, but I'm sitting back. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
All right. The second one is struggling with acceptance, right? That's the second sign that you have an unhealed shadow, is that you're struggling with acceptance. And the reason why, like, we struggle with acceptance is just like because we're trying to bulldoze through emotions instead of feeling them. Right. And so it's like this 1 foot in, 1 foot out approach. You can only imagine that it's going to take you longer because you're trying to be something over here, but do something over here. Yes. You can't be change and acceptance at the same time. You have to pick a side. Right. And so it's like, to get those noble characteristics, you have to accept that, like, sometimes I'm a piece of shit, yo.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because I can't create light without darkness. And so I have to embrace those chaotic aspects of myself to further refine those light aspects of myself. Jesus. And so that's why it's important to accept and be with all of your feelings. Like, they're illogical. And the more you try to place thinking processes on your emotions, the harder it is going to be for you to accept them. Right. Because it's like seeing a magic trick. That's what emotions are. They're a magic trick.
Yes.
And so it's not fun if you tell me how a magic trick works. Just show me the fucking magic.
Come on.
I know.
Just show it to me, damn it.
Yeah. And then the last one is struggling with self-worth, right? Just struggling to have a core sense of self. That means that you truly are like, you need to heal your shadow, because you can't walk the path between your higher self and your lower self. It's like they can't talk. They're kind of playing telephone, right? And then it's like, well, she said this, but it was like, no, I felt this. And it's a lot of confusion. And so to truly to build wholeness, your bridge is literally built with pegs of self-love and developing like self-worth and all of that good stuff. And so that is going to be the last sign that you have an unhealed shadow, is that when you suffer to define your self-worth, because the idea is you get to define it. Nobody else gets to define it, but it's important to know how you define it, because if I'm saying I got virtues and values that are like $300 worth, but I'm taking my shit over what people value at $1.50, it's like it's off balance.
It's off balance.
And so that's why you got to know what you bring to the table and how you value it. Therefore, you don't pick your important things to you and take them where they can be like demeaned or diminished.
And you know, the one that really got me was like the social constructs or like more of like the, you know, religious background and stuff like that. Because baby, when I tell you, like, walking doing the work that I'm doing now, it took so much for me to, I don't want to even say de-brainwash, but I mean, for the lack of a word, it's kind of like I was brainwashed.
Yo, and you will really, it'll start to like make you go mad, because you'll start to realize how much of an arbitrary process it is. Because like an insult over here is a compliment over here, but now I got all of these different faces of how to be, because you got rules and they got rules, and it's just based on somebody's perception. And it's like, yo, I've been having limiting beliefs because you just didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Exactly. You said something in the training, and I was like, this is some true ass shit. You was talking about in certain cultures, you know, burping after a meal is like it you know, they love that. It's like you saying you love the meal, you know, but you said at mama table and you burp, she want to slap the shit out you.
Yep.
Like
And so that just goes to show, like, yo, this process is really whack. And now we got people out here, and we all broken with these discombobulated pieces of self just because somebody was uncomfortable with being uncomfortable, right? Somebody couldn't sit in their own level of stillness to help another person, and so they said, "Look, you can only show the good parts because I only got time to deal with the good parts of you." And it's like.
Now this I want to go back to this, like for some people who are finding themselves, they're finding themselves, they're doing the work, forgiveness and you know, forgiving mama and daddy for, you know, some of the things that they didn't know. A lot of the stuff they were young too once before you were even here. They had a mama and daddy with you know, different ways of telling them how they're supposed to live. Like express to people, you know, explain to people how important it is to forgive and release.
This is why compassion is important.
Yeah.
When you take action without compassion, you are walking closer to what you're trying to walk away from. And so you're going to be more like your parents if you don't see them as those children, how you should be viewing yourself, right? You're only doing the same thing that they're doing if you behave in that way. And it took me a long time to view that. It literally took me hearing my mother cry about how she was treated as a kid. Like, oh shit, universe, I'm treating your child like shit just because and it's like I don't want to keep repeating the same process. And so that's why it's so important to do anything with compassion so that you're not susceptible to the same darkness that you're trying to come away from.
It's like, I was talking to my little cousin because she was like, you know, the more she fought to not be like her mother, she became her. The more she would try her best to be something different, it just seems like she just started, you know, she just became her. And I started looking and I was like, I was trying so much out of anger to rebel. I was literally, I wasn't excelling at nothing. Like I was literally going backwards. I thought I was doing something, but I was going backwards, looking at my mama with anger. But I had to remove that superhero mindset from my parents.
Yep, they're just people too.
They're people. Thank you for bringing me in this world, but baby, you had a life before. Chastity, this is like the stuff that you're teaching, like is so powerful, and like I'm so grateful for you because I feel like even as teachers who have, you know, went through these processes again, it's important for us to go through these processes and go to the basics sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't dismiss shadow work. I do shadow work literally every day of my life.
No, I'm still in the middle of stuff and be like, oh shit, I'm in the lesson, y'all. Yeah, so absolutely. I still got to remind myself, recenter myself. I forget sometimes half of the stuff I be teaching, and somebody else has to remind me who I am so that I can continue to walk the path, yo.
Right.
So you are so powerful, and I want to know, what do you have going right now? What are you getting ready to do? Any special projects?
Yo, so this is one of the great things that I have learned since stepping into my purpose. I was out here having kids and babies and just not taking care of my kids. Look, I had a project over here, I had a project over there and over there, but I wasn't really tending to anything or wanting anything. And so I had to realize, like, since I am very clear and concise, it's okay. Like, I don't have to keep doing a whole bunch of doing. I can just be, right? Wow. And so one of the main things that I'm working on right now is my one-to-one coaching program. I have been super, super impactful in that way. And my coaching program, what that encapsulates is being able to work with me one-on-one to solve all of these issues, to help you remove these obstacles from your path. And it's a 3-month program. You get 2 90-minute calls a month, and it's very, very hands-on. Like, I still do all of the teaching and all of the content creation online, but working with women hands-on in that way, utilizing a very specific process called the AIM process, is what I'm focusing on right now.
Okay, the AIM process now, does that break down into something?
Yeah, so the AIM process is audacity in motion, right?
Yes.
It's a 7-step process that I went through to help me navigate my experience, and all I did was refine it, and I take women through it. And so the process looks foundational, right? The process is the same, but it is customizable to how it shows up in everybody's life. And so we get Reiki, you get meditation, you get yoga therapy, you get self-inquiry, you get breath work, and they all show up to help you build your foundation, just at different spots when you need it.
Just, how does it feel to be able to take the stuff that you've learned and bless other people's lives? I know you get some messages and stuff like that just warm your heart. Like, how does it feel to be able to actually help other people heal after you went through that process of, or still going through that process of healing?
Yo, honestly, it's very humbling. I've had, I mean, just a couple of days ago, I remember kind of commenting to myself that, like, sometimes I wish this wasn't my life. That, like, sometimes I wish I could just chill. That every day isn't some, like, emotional aha moment that I'm using to help somebody else. But then I had to think to myself, if I didn't want this life, who else would I wish it on? And it's
Come on now.
On somebody else. And so it feels amazing. It's very humbling and very, like, reassuring and empowering to know that I didn't have to search for purpose outside of myself. I was able to use the tools and the skills that were already in me to do something on the planet. I didn't have to be inauthentic. And so it's really nice. It's a peaceful feeling, yo.
What would you tell young Guruji? What would you tell her, knowing where you are? This is about to make me cry, because what would you tell her?
I would tell her that, like, I'm not doing anything wrong. You know, that, like, I'm not being punished for anything. I've spent a lot of time thinking that if only I could become a better person, that my mom would give me that love and affection that I've always looked for. But it's like, it doesn't matter how much I do. That's not going to change. So just do you, bro. Just be you and do you.
Baby, you told that to me. I'm over here like, she talking to me. Because that's powerful. I spent so much time chasing my mother's love that I never really gained that true love for myself.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't. It wasn't until I hit the age of 30 that it hit me. After all these years, like, you ain't gonna get it from her, baby. You got to get it from you.
Yeah. And it's a tough pill to swallow, but I would rather have to swallow that pill than be a crackhead my entire life chasing sensations.
Oh my God. It's like that. Like, I might not have been on any other drug, but that was a drug for me.
Yeah.
Woo, baby. Like, that was a drug, man. That was a drug. And now I feel so free. And I think because I gained self-love for myself, like, it's a lot of things that I step back and I look at the thing in its totality. Like, I look at everything in its totality, and usually certain stuff would trigger me, Chastity, and I would easily go into my emotional space and become victimized. But I'm not gonna lie, the other day, man, I stood back and I was like, you know what? You know, yes, you're feeling this way, but you love yourself so much. That's why you're questioning it. You're questioning these things because you love yourself so much. You've gained this love, and what's going on around you just don't add up with this higher self that you become. Like, it's powerful. Chastity, can you tell everybody where they can actually reach out to you to be able to obtain these amazing services that you have?
Yes, absolutely. So the first place is on the website, GurujiChastity.com. Very simple. And that's y'all can see my name right there in the little bubble behind the right there. So yes, GurujiChastity.com, and then Instagram and Facebook, Guruji.Chastity on both Instagram and Facebook. And I am very communicative. Okay. I would send you voice memos in a heartbeat, honey. Don't come up here talking to me.
I love her energy. And y'all, this one thing I learned from her, she gonna make you study it for yourself. All right. She gonna hold you responsible. Okay.
I definitely believe I might have tools, but they might not work for you. And we gotta know. We gotta test it out because we want to find what works for you, not me just trying to tell you something, you know.
I love you, beautiful. Listen, y'all, we are at the explosive talent of the week. And as you all know, I love to have my amazing guest go ahead and introduce the explosive talent of the week. So without further ado, Chastity, can you do that for me?
Yes, I am Guruji Chastity, and this is the explosive talent of the week.
Yes, it is, baby.
Talent of the week.
Well, I gave you all my love and I gave you all my trust and I gave you everything that you need. But you only told me lies and you made me realize that, babe, you ain't no good for me. I can't be with you, you can't be true. And I know just what I got to do. Gotta hit the ground running, running, running just as fast as I can. Gonna hit the ground running, running, running just as fast as I can. Woo-hoo. Well, you're begging me to stay, but I'm going my own way, and the skies ain't looking cloudy or gray. I won't even roll the dice so that you can't play me twice, no babe. Who do you think I am? Well, I'm gonna take my own road. Sorry, baby, you can't go. Gotta hit the ground running, running, running just as fast as I can. Gotta hit the ground running, running, running just as fast as I can. Well, I know you say you're sorry and that you do right, but babe, who do you take me for? Yes, I see you crying, but before those tears are drying, baby, I'm headed for that zone. Gonna hit the ground running, baby, I'm running, baby, I'm running, 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 ground running, running, running just as fast as I can. Gonna hit the ground running, running, running just.
Baby, she is talented. Yeah, I want to give a shout out to the Crayon Case for finding that young lady. She has flourished since the Crayon Case has found her. You know, just to see her be just so young and she's so amazing at what she does. I can't even pop a lash on that fast.
I was like, it's really blending it.
Baby, she was
It was the move your face for me.
I'm sorry, wait.
Yeah. She got her mama together, baby. Come this way. It was so dope. So y'all, what word?
Blended.
She blended it. See, I had to give her some extra D's to blend it. Listen, I want to show multiple different talents, you all. So if you do know someone with an amazing talent and you would like them to be showcased, make sure you reach out to me at KICKINITWITHLYRICKOFFICIAL@gmail.com, baby. I want to display their beautiful talent because creativity is everything to me. I love to see people express themselves. Listen, today's show was freaking amazing, and I already knew it was going to be amazing. And what I want to do this show, I want Guruji to give some closing remarks. But first, I want my amazing co-host to tell everyone where they can be found. Come on, Tasha the Gemini.
Yo, you guys can reach me on Instagram. Like I say every single Saturday, if you hit me on Instagram, you can find me everywhere. It is Tasha _ the THE _ Gemini _. Now I have a Twitter page. You can find me Tasha _ at Tasha _ the gym. So I'm trying to intertwine everything so you guys can, find me, because when my show starts,
Yeah, come on, baby. Yes. And beautiful, amazing, talented, with these amazing units. See, she don't make wigs, she makes units. Onyx.
So you can find me on Cash App. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
And if you want to know her sign is dollar. All right.
No, you can find me on Instagram. That's Beauty by Onyx with an _. So Beauty BEAUTY by BY Onyx ONYX _. Hit me up on there. You're gonna see all of the things and everything on there.
Period. And we some stuff is in the works, y'all. So get ready, because it's gonna be some units put out there, y'all, and we got some gifts that's gonna come with these amazing units too. So be prepared. But see, now y'all gotta know, if I pop up with cheering, it's because I'm with this beautiful lady right here. All right, go ahead and Go ahead and tell them where they can find you, baby girl.
Yes, everybody, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Guruji.Chastity or at GurujiChastity.com. And on all social media platforms, hit my DMs. I love to talk, yo.
Period. And go ahead and give them some words of wisdom.
Yo, words of wisdom. We only got 2 choices in life: acceptance or change, right? You can either think or do, right? Think, feel, right? Those are our only options, family. And so just don't half-ass nothing. Pick a side and stick with it, right? And then you'll learn the balance in between. But just be present with yourself, family, and love yourself. And that's it.
She said a powerful word: be present. Be present in your life. Listen, I love you, Chastity, and I want to love on you after the show and give you virtual kisses and hugs. All right, so everybody, I'm gonna pull you all to the back, and I'll be right back with you all. Okay. Listen, y'all, we had an amazing show as usual, and I love all my guests. I love every guest that I've had personally. They've done some amazing things in my life, and I wanted to share this beauty with you all. Listen, to all my evolutionary manifestors, make sure you continue growing, make sure you continue working, and continue evolving into the person that you were designed to be, knowing that you have everything that you need on the inside of you to be the best version of you possible. And until Saturday at 2 p.m., y'all know we got another amazing show coming for y'all next week. I love you all. Ashe.
What's up, world? Thank you so much for tuning in to Kicking It with Lyrick Official. Make sure you like, comment, and also subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified when I upload new content. Listen, I love to hear from my viewers. If you have any content ideas or anybody that you feel like I should be interviewing, make sure you email me at kickingitwithlyrickofficial@gmail.com. Again, it's kickingitwithlyrickofficial@gmail.com. Listen, I love you all. And to all my evolutionary manifestors, make sure you continue working, continue evolving, and continue transforming to the person that you were designed to be. And until next time, Ashe, 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 Ashe.